Hey guys, this is your December forecast. If you'd like a private reading with me or hypnosis to facilitate permanent change, do use the link below. Thank you for your patience. I am too sick to do all of the videos one by one, so I'm going to do one long one, and that will cover all of your readings for December. So do watch your sun, moon and rising. When we start this cycle, we are looking at something that will be going on for the next, say, 4 to 6 months. So this has been happening since the end of October. So this energy will continue on through the new year into 2023. And some of those will be going back and forth. So you'll put these things down and come back and have a look at them later. Some of the things that you're doing now, you've already done that. So you've been looking at it, then you put it down for whatever reason, whether life got in its way or it didn't work out. We're looking at those things now. It's the right time to be able to push that through forward. So let's start with Aries. Aries, when it comes to your career, it looks like towards your long-standing dream and to get to that pinnacle that it is that you want, looks like you might be making some plans now. So maybe adding some more skills, some courses, talking to the local community, government, or anyone there that is able to give some information for you to be able to put this forth. You're also looking at taking action with the way that you communicate, and your mindset will have a shift there for you to be able to go back on what it is that you've done before. Now you can take action on that and be able to communicate that better. For those of you that are trying to seek further in your career, you might find that you have to close one chapter, or you have closed one chapter and now you're moving forward towards that end goal. Some of you will have to be getting an expert to look into the finance, or someone to look over your business proposal, CV, or any kind of paperwork, getting fresh eyes on that, getting an expert in to look at the flow, the ins, the outs, better economic plan, those sorts of things. You might find some of you going through an audit phase, or, if you're looking to buy a company or to get into something, you've got to look at the finances back and forth. How's this going to work for you best to be able to move forward? But it looks like you're going to have to get someone to come in and have a look at things. Things are moving forward now with a major change has happened. So now you're moving next into the next phase of this for you. It looks like your career and ambition, it's time for you to put any pride and ego down and to be able to move forward. When it comes to your home, there is a major change there. Maybe we're expanding on that. We're looking about what our ambition is versus a family situation, and how that will go up and down, and the routine might change when it comes to work and who looks after the family. When it comes to your health, we are sitting in the fourth house, which is uterus, digestion, breast, stomach and womb. So again, if we're looking at expanding our family or expanding our home to include family, we're going to have to communicate that. We might have to talk to banks, we might have to look at the budget, we might have to look at what it is that we have right now and to be able to stretch that as we go. For you to be able to have some opportunities and to be able to get onto that phase, it's a little bit difficult and scary to take that next step, because anything that is unknown is scary. But for you to get that opportunity, for you to be able to fix things, for you to be able to move forward, it's time now to close that chapter and to start fresh. Now, in the terms of your health in that area, maybe we are having a scrape, maybe we are looking at our hormones, maybe we are having a once annual review, but wherever that is for you with your health, it's a new fresh start, and you've got to take into regards hereditary or anything else like that. When it comes to our love, we do have a reconciliation here. It looks like this is for couples that are back and forth. There's a reconciliation there. We're both on the same page. Maybe we got off on the wrong foot. Maybe we struck fast, or you or they, struck fast without knowing all the details yet, and that would be stemming back to the last eclipse. Overall, this month in December, there is something here that can help you save the day. So whether it be your job, your finances, your family, or relationships, there is a solution there. And once we have someone with fresh eyes look at the situation, we're able to make a change there. With your Drawing Virtue messages from the angels, Aries. Yeah, so some of you it is about children, Serafina, and for some of you it's about combining a family. If it's a couple who's got a couple of kids and another couple of kids, we're combining that. Also, when it comes to your job, when we're looking at ambition, when we're looking at the next phase, we might find that we're joining a team or collaborating with someone else. Archangel Gabriel's talking about what I was saying before about communication, upskilling, getting an expert in, someone who can speak volumes about what it is that you are dealing with, whether it be finances or whether it be your health. And Melina, again, we're looking at the if we're talking about children here, we've got an expert in here looking over the small details, and I think there's going to be two options there, or we're in the second phase there. Okay, so now we're going to go on to Taurus. Taurus, with the other in your life, we are looking at our partnerships and how we're able to, move forward, making sure that there is no pride getting in the way here, speaking up. With your voice, not being afraid to be heard, networking, to be able to get to that greater stream that it is that you have. Be careful that you're not letting your ego or not letting, any kind of ill will or relationship, co-worker relationship issues here get in the way of you being able to extend, your growth in your work. It looks like there might be some money missing, that you're short on cash this month, but you'll find that robbing Peter to find Paul, you'll find that you may be short of cash, but there's money owed to you that will come in, and so it will really just be a gradual continuance there, Taurus. It looks scary at the beginning because it doesn't look like there's going to be enough there, holding your breath, and then money comes in. Also, credit. Some of you will be looking at credit this month. For those of you that are making your own passive income, you might find that you are jeweled this month, collaborating with somebody else, social media, networking, all of those things expand your business quicker than you thought was going to be possible. But there is a line there about that moral and ethical line that you have, what you will or will not sell out for, what you will and will not agree to. So just making sure that if you are collaborating, if you are partnering up, if you are lending your voice to a partnership in any way, that you're aware of what you're both signing into, aware that we're both on the same page, that we both have the same foundation on which we're moving forward, because you might find later on down the track that this person has a completely different eye and they don't mind, stretching things along skirting the lines of illegal or ethical or moral, and that's not something that you want to get into. When it comes to your finances, you might find that you're having to pull the plug on something and put it on the back bench for right now, and that you'll have to come and extend that later on, but right now it's just not the right time. When you're other in your life, if it comes to family, there is an agreement that we might be expanding, collaborating two families together. We're having a new child, family coming and moving into the house, and this is a get-together. I mean, I know it's Christmas, but there's a get-together here that's happening. X might be involved here, so just be aware that Taurus, during the month of December, that there might be some violence, aggression, a confrontation in that area. When it comes to your relationships, we do have the Moon card, Major Arcana cards. This is a major moment, and for some of you, it might find that there are three people in the relationship, whether that be two partners, two partners and somebody else interfering here, or we're talking about a family member coming in and stirring the pot between the two couples. If not, then it's the couples pointing, a lot of aggression and negativity coming towards the couple. So, they're as a couple fending off this negative energy. You might find that it's a foundational hereditary issue where culture and religion might have something to do with that. When it comes to your health, we do have the Three of Swords here. 3 is vocal cords, speech, fingers, arms, shoulders, lungs, nervous system, and speech. So we might find here that we, have to go and see the dentist, that we have pains and in this throat area. So maybe we've got pharyngitis, laryngitis, tonsillitis, some sort of swelling when it comes to here. You might find also that where you have any kind of neurological or nervous system, that there might be some tingling in your fingers or your feet or through that nervous system. There might be aches, pains, seizures, shingles, anything that can create a tremor, or anything that can create any kind of numbness, pins and needles, or sharpness in that way. Overall, when we're looking at this, our ambition to get to our highest dream, we have to be social networking this month to be able to get there. When it comes to exes, look, it looks like that there might be a bit of salacious gossip this month in December, Taurus. But then again, some of you might catch up. Like if there's been a long gap between this relationship, you might find that through the month of December we're thrown together for some reason. Maybe we're intertwined if we have children, maybe friends of friends, family, whatever is around. So if this is the first time we've caught up, we might find that we've got some common ground here for us to be able to move forward. During Virtue, messages from the angels, Taurus, is... So your home is protected. So if we're talking about exes, having to go out and get DVO, running into family members, like I said before, if there is a third person in a relationship, someone's been cheating, or a family member getting in the way, of a friendship getting into the way here, your home is actually safe. You're safe. If you're worried about the finances here, if anyone you rely on finances for, you'll find that things will run smoothly and it won't be an actual issue. Caution here, before you leap, make sure that you know what you're leaping into. Make sure that you have all the information before you jump forward with any sort of accusation. Maybe if you sit back and think about it for just a little while, you'll find that this is not so dramatic and not so important after all. But if we're having the urge to act, you might be feeling insecure, you might be feeling you're not good enough from whatever comes up in December, you might be feeling that way. And this card here, Shanti, is telling you that there is fresh life and peace in the family way. So the family's looked after, there is newness there, and some announcements there as well. So let's move on to Gemini. Gemini, we're looking at, so for some of you, we are dealing with an ex here, and we are finalising what it is that we're doing. So we've got a new title, we've gone to the lawyers, we've ended our relationship, and we're dealing with our ex right now and doing the finalisation here to do with that. When it looks like our employer, we have signed the contract, we've agreed to and committed to our new fresh start. We are ending that cycle and we're going into the new year with a brand new title. We do have two major arcana cards here. This is a brand new role. It's complicated though, because it's almost like you are doing two people's jobs. You're going back to somewhere you've worked before, and there's some excitement and a little bit of nervousness there, but as we're going into this, there is some sort of complication or complicated whether it be a money situation, we're not quite getting paid what we thought we did, or we're getting paid and somebody else has an issue that you're higher than them or getting paid more than, there's a little bit of aggro there. This is a brand new fresh cycle for you when it comes to money, and if you act on this new title, if you act on this fresh new start and commit to that, you'll find that you're communicating well, things start to move faster. You do have the opportunity to end something and start fresh, to come and fix that, and it may feel like you've been daydreaming, it may feel like this is a dream come true, but this is given to you from another. When it comes to your health, we have the Knight of Cups. So we are looking about moving forward with an emotional stability here, where to respect ourselves and those around us. So this feels like depression, this feels like anxiety, this feels like a really hard emotional cycle that we've been into. And as we're moving forward into the new year, we're looking at ways that we can feel more emotionally stable on a day-to-day basis, looking very carefully at our spiritual, religious, emotional, and mental self, and what changes we can make there to be able to feel, stable, to be able to not have those high highs and low lows. And you'll find that through, conversation through the holidays, that you'll find something interesting that you'll look into later. It might be alternative, it might be, you know, CrossFit, Pilates, something like that, which starts the journey, but you start to move things a lot faster once you get into it. So you might go to one class and think, yes, this is the way for me. Or, you know, if this is emotional stability, maybe we're doing a course, or maybe we're listening to something on the internet, and, you know, it's very quick to fall in love with this, and this is something that you're going to be able to continue. When it comes to our relationships, look, someone's feeling vulnerable, someone's feeling a loss, someone's feeling ignored, someone's feeling rejection. Now, it could be that this is just, you know, I haven't heard from this person, they've ghosted me. If it's a couple, you might be feeling let down, not supported. Especially when it comes to children. So for some of you, if there's children involved, feeling like you're doing the lion's share, feeling like they're neglecting you and their children. Feeling like they're not home as much as they should be, feeling very lonely. Those of you that have met someone new, then you might be feeling like, you know, the conversation and the contact isn't stable. It's a bit here, a hit and miss, and you might be feeling like they're playing games with you. This would be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But it feels like you're focusing on something that's not important. I mean, it is important because this is hurtful to you, but this is a lesson that you've had to learn. And so if you keep focused on what the details were, the hurt was, so for some of you, this is something that's happened and it's been weeks and weeks and weeks, and you just can't let this go. If you're able to just turn forward now, you'll see that there is actually an opportunity coming for you in the next 4 weeks that can be really, really important for you. Drawing virtue messages from the angels. Now, in your home, it looks like we might be moving. We might be starting a fresh new cycle. So if we're moving at our own for the first time, if we're buying a house or refinancing a house, babies being born, marriages, anything like that, that will be coming through. It's a major arcana card. So these will be happening between December and March of next year. It looks like someone might be getting married. It looks like there might be complications and disagreements between two people, whether it be, can we afford children? Do we want to combine? So we're having really hard conversations about children, partnerships, and how we can afford to both be together. Okay, so we've got to go past what it is that we fear and go up and have a breath. It feels like we've been low Neptune, we've been below the surface, we've been living in our conscious self, our unconscious habits, fears and phobias have been taking over our normal mentality. And so this, like I said before, is a time for you to be able to put that down and just face forward and start the new year with a fresh positivity. You are obsessing and stagnating in something that's happened. It's time now to let that go. Now, anyone to do with fertility or anything else like that, you might find that this is a moment where you get some great opportunities. Vanessa says that while you are making these hard decisions, you've got to put yourself first and nobody else, because this is a very important time for you to feel powerful. You will feel stronger and you will feel like this is the right time for you. Now, some of you might be finding that you're getting engaged, ending that cycle of being single, and that now you're going to be relying on somebody else, which is really, really difficult when it comes to how you feel about yourself, any insecurities and unworthiness that you might feel. You've just got to let that go and take things as they are on face value and know that you are in a committed relationship. Omega says victory. Now, this is a win against corporations, so you might get a payout, you might get a raise, you might get a yes on your finances. Whatever it is, it's a victory for you. So now we are looking at Cancer. Cancer, you're looking at your routine, and it's going to have to change now. There are going to be endings, and you know it might have to do with committing to something to do with your career, and this is fixing a situation. So maybe you haven't had a job for a while, and you've been looking for one, and you finally found something for you to be able to do. If you're casual, going into permanency, if you're coming to the end of your tenure or contract, finding that either you're moving somewhere else or that you're re-signing, this is a time for you where you are going to have to commit. Now, for a lot of you, it is going to be your ambition is taking you to a new role. What we have to do is the actions and the communications and the direction that we've been moving forward. There's something there that needs to end now, so we're on to the next phase. Your routine and your health, that's something that we're going to be focusing on all of December, Cancer. Now, also, if you have to take care of someone, committing to that, they've got to have that balance there. You know, if it's you taking care of somebody else or them taking care of you, not to feel like you're a burden or to let them feel like a burden. This is something that is I do for you, you do for me. And so I'm hearing that conversation of no, don't think about that. You were there for me when I needed you the most, so please don't feel like you're a burden in any way. You've got some beautiful cards here. It looks like the wish is coming true for you to be able to get that yes as it speaks to your finances, your career, tangible, practical ways with your money to be able to move forward. You might want to sit and focus just for a moment on what the small details are as you're moving forward, to have that stability when it comes to your finances, to come to your health as well. Jupiter has an opportunity here for you to be able to fix a financial or physical situation. And again, if you're relying on somebody else, feeling that separation there, feeling that burden, feeling like you are not worthy, and I'm a loser, somebody else is looking after me, I'm not quite ready. It's been a heavy year, and a lot of people have been suffering depression. A lot of people have been suffering from low mental emotional stability, feeling alone, isolated. And so this has been a time where, we've got to shake yourself off and be able to get forward. That sounds easy, just snap out of it. Well, this is a time where you can really make those changes, wishes coming true. So if you've been sitting there thinking about, daydreaming about it, and it's been months on end, you'll find that this is the month for you to be able to fix that. Now, as far as your... you might be hiring someone to come into the house a couple of times a week if it comes to a family member or yourself, whether it comes to looking after or, cleaning or anything else like that. So finances, you might be feeling a little bit low, feeling unsupported, feeling like you don't have enough money. This is also a period of time where, with your work and your ambition, finding that you are committing to something, but there's something... here where it comes to groups, not feeling valued, feeling left out, feeling like you can't depend on the team that you are, feeling like, for some of you might be feeling like, oh, look, I do all the work here and we all get the same congratulations. So there's some kind of feeling here of someone not pulling their weight when it comes to your finances or your career. When it comes to our home, we're seriously contemplating moving. We're seriously contemplating, now this moving might have something to do with your job or to reconnect with someone, but we're what are we doing next year as a family, or what is my main goal of moving forward next year? So you're looking at the possibilities there, and there is something here that can remedy or fix a situation that you've been pondering. When it comes to your health, we do find a balance here. You're going to put some money into your health this month. Leading on into the future, you might be doing cosmetic or a elective surgery. Good results are coming here. So, anything to do with balance. So if this is hormonal, cholesterol, anything to do with blood, fluid, whatever needs to be balanced or whatever is out, blood sugar levels, whatever, we're going to find a balance somewhere. It's working this month. Now, it might be something like I'm paying to have an infusion and this makes my health so much better. So something we're putting out money for is making us feel better and giving us more energy and balancing what it is that we have in our life. So 6th house, solar plex, midriff, bowels, colon, intestines, and abdominal. So somewhere here we're getting those yes, we're getting that balance, we're getting that results back for what we've put into. When it comes to love, meeting someone, a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We're meeting someone that is very, very hopeful, getting that wish. So if you've been with someone new, you'll find that this person works out. If you've been back and forth with someone, your wish comes true this month. If it is about being single and wanting to start relationships, you're meeting the dream person for you. Drawing virtue messages from the angels. Now, be careful who you are lending out your help for this month. If someone's offering to help you with something this month, don't let your ego and your pride let you fall just because you don't want help. There's insecurity, there's you just don't like help from other people. You want to do it on your own. You feel like you haven't succeeded if you have somebody else's help, but that's not what needs to happen this month. This month you are to take anything that Jupiter is sending to you as a fix, as a remedy, as something that can heal the situation. Take it. It's being sent to you by karma for you to be able to get where it is that you want. Astrara says, yes, you're going to get that dream. We've got two wish cards here. We've got the wish card and the wish card here. This is specifically in relationships, but as a whole, this is being able to get that yes, getting that wish, balancing out what it is. And it's about committing that. When it comes to your career, we're committing, we've got that new title, we're ending a cycle, and it's on our day-to-day routine. Again, there are yeses there, but there's also feeling unsupported there as well. So Astara says, reach for the stars, your dreams, do not compromise. Then we have Maya, who's saying that there's going to be some skills that need to be added, skills and abilities. There might be some reform where we have to learn new processes. This is getting a specialist of some sort in any way who's looking over the smaller details. Now, be careful not to let distractions get in the way of what it is that you're working on. Be careful not to take the easy route and cut in corners, because that's going to come back and bite you later on. When we've got Akasha's saying to you, look, you're going to have some dreams, you're going to have some thoughts, you may even have deja vu, something that you psychically and emotionally feel is going to be shown to you first, and then it's going to happen. So you might be feeling more psychic this month as well. So now we're going on to Leo. Leo, when it comes to dating, social networking, finding someone that's a special, and getting into the routine with this person. So if this is someone single, that's been newly dating, getting that balance between work life, home life, and love life there as well. Now, when it comes to your, so you've been feeling, extra attractive this month. Dating looks like this is dating, fun, hobbies, sex. This month is all highlighted with that, Leo. And getting out and having fun. There's parties here, social networking here. Be careful not to let your insecurities, not feeling good enough, get in the way of a lucky opportunity that's being sent to you. Now, some of you will be meeting this person through your work or health. And if you're in any kind of medical or caring industry, that speaks double. In your finances, it looks like you're able to fix any flow that's been going the negative way. So we're able to transition into a nice even keel here. If we're starting up with a partnership, or if we're joining a company, or changing our job from night to day, day to night, there is a smooth transition there. Now, for some of you, if you've been gambling or anything to do with a habit where it comes to finances, that's been, really overdoing it. And this is the month where you say, look, I'm done with that. I'm not going to be doing that anymore. This is also a time for you to look at your finances and decide, refinancing, looking at paying off my debts as I go into the new year. What am I going to do to be able to fix that? Am I going to have to do extra hours? Am I going to have to go into partnership or get a second loan? Am I refinancing, crowdfunding? What is it that I'm doing to be able to get that extra hours, whatever it is that you may be. Now, when it comes to couples and children, there's a discussion this month and a focus this month on our children and how we have our equal share and who's going to look after who. So we might find that we're looking at that arrangement and changing it, adding to it, sharing it, especially when it comes to anything that has been aggressive. We'll find that this month's transitions are better for you. When it comes to our home, we're looking at a reconciliation. We're looking at something that has been on edge is now going forward in a positive way. Anything that we've been frightened financially, emotionally, and physically when it comes to our home, we'll find that there is a big exhale, a big feeling of relief this month as well. When it comes to any authority or bosses or banks or parents this month, it looks like we are putting our foot down on what our home family values are and having the word of remember who you are, this is your culture, stick to your roots, and feeling that power and strength to overcome any insecurities or doubts that it is that you have. Some of you are combining, so if this is a relationship, we're getting engaged or we're moving in together, we're combining two cultures, we're combining two different sets of upbringing together, and this transition is something different. Now, anyone that's fallen off the wagon, you're going to find that it'll be easier for you to stay clean, to stay sober, to stay the course as you're moving forward. When it comes to our love life, there might be a bounce of power shift here. Someone vying to be, the top dog who calls the shots in this relationship. Major Arcana cards, so the Emperor card. So this is about a major shift in our relationship. So if you're single, meeting someone who's an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, specifically Aries, this person could work in any kind of enforcement or any leadership position. And this person is passionate about what it is that they believe and how they speak. It might come up, if this is a describing a person, then this person can have a deep voice or be a bit more masculine in the way that they speak, their actions, and even their foresight and how they have their mindset, quite a dominant personality here. But we have to have that ebb and flow. We have to have that balance for this to be able to move forward, Leo, in a positive way. When it comes to our children, like I said, there is going to have to, so this might be a court order that says, okay, so this person with this many hours, this person with this many hours, there's an adjustment and a change made there, which changes your day. When it comes to your health, again, we're looking at, we want to pinpoint something that can be hereditary. This is for some people. Pinpointing something that is hereditary to be able to find the answer to this issue and a solution to be able to move forward. Now, for a small select few of you, the options that are being given to you is something that religiously and culturally cannot be accepted, so we have to look at alternative methods. Other than that, we are looking at looking at a hereditary to be able to make a plan for our foundations to be able to move forward. And that area is uterus, digestion, breast, stomach, and womb. Drawing virtue messages from the angels, Leo, are there are opportunities to remedy and fix a situation where it comes to your salary, being self-sufficient and reliant on yourself, what you earn, owe, and value, your job, your talents and your personal earnings. There is a situation this month leading on till March of next year where there is a solution there. Again, don't let your ego get in the way. We have very similar cards to the last or the sign before that, so do check your sun, moon, and rising and watch all of your signs to get your full reading. Zaina here is saying your family is protected. So again, if this is child support, if this is combining a family, if this is about hereditary, your family is actually safe, so don't worry too much. Ariana, again, is talking about children, is talking about family, is talking about your dreams. We are moving forward with that, and you are going to get what it is that you want, so just stay constant on that path. And then we've got a victory, so this is a victory as a group of some sort, so getting the job and having it, a post put up that, yes, you've got this. This is getting a win of some sort, a rebate or money back from a corporation. And lastly, this is about a victory over your own finances as well. So now we're going to go on to Virgo. Virgo, you're looking at your home and your family all of this month, and any ambitious ideas that you have where you're pushing it through, pushing, talking, but you had to put it down. So if we were looking at buying a home, moving home, or anything to do with, the family itself, we've had to put that down and haven't been able to move forward with that, but we're picking that up now, and we're going to be working through with that till March of next year. We might be revisiting our home, catching up with family and those happy memories. So we might even be returning home. So if we're, financially or health-wise or emotionally-wise, we're moving back home physically or checking in with home more. We have to start a new path. So if this is something to do with a family disagreement, finally having enough, drawing a line in the sand. Maybe it's two siblings against the rest of the family, or you against siblings. Something here through this month, between now and March, is going to be resolved, leading for you to feel that deep exhale, that relief about what your future holds. So it might be that you've been holding your breath for so long because you didn't know what was going to happen, so therefore you weren't able to plan for the future, because I need this to be done before I can do this, because this is where I need to be. But you're not being able to get there because everything's relying on this level here, which hasn't moved forward. It's being stagnant and it's just not going where it needs to go. And so for it to actually happen, I feel like you need to look at the past. Even if it's a person from the past that can now speak up for you, or a receipt or something physical from the past that you find that you're able to put forward to be able to move forward, or having a memory. I've got that memory now. That was the last piece that I needed to be able to move forward. But whatever it is, moving forward now, there is nothing in the way. When it comes to your relationship, look, very hot and heavy relationship, especially with anyone that is a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. I want to lean more towards Leo, but Sun, Moon, and Rising, even if you've got a stellium in the Leo. Be careful. This person might be acting in a weird, strange way than what you've always thought, Virgo. Acting in a way that is unfamiliar to you. And this makes you step back a bit and think, well, do I like this? Or it could be in a positive way. This person's acting different. This person's acting, how they used to be when I first met them. And this is quite a surprise, because you're sitting back and you're looking at it and you think, this is new. So I'm stopping and I'm reassessing the situation, because whatever this action, conversation, tangible, practical things that have been done, there's a stop for a pause and then being able to move forward. So if this is a relationship that's been going back and forth, even if it's for years, we're making a decision this month and it looks like it's going to be a positive one. We're really, really happy. Now, for those that have decided, to just cut our losses and move forward, you're not going to do so in a negative or a self-deprecating way. You're going to feel like, all of the things have been sorted and resolved for you to be able to move on, Virgo. Finances, Virgo. We are looking at past transactions for whatever reason. Maybe we need that. So, look, if we're moving forward, finances, so if we're moving anything to do with our home or our job, we're looking at past transactions because we need that for the next leg. Or you find that to be able to push through to the next leg when it comes to your finances. Now, any of those that don't have a job, you'll find that you'll be able to get a new job or get back into employment from someone that you've worked with before, or returning to the same place of employment, or even the same title in a different company. Virgo, when it comes to your health, it looks like we're moving through December with the old adage of new year, new me. But this year you actually mean it, Virgo. This is about, cutting any habits that we have, any fears. This is about a new routine that we're going to have. And this year in particular, Virgo, you're going to find that you have what you need for that new mindset. You have something that can remedy that. Maybe you've been under this mushroom cloud where there's been this anger brewing, Virgo, where you're acting out in ways that you haven't before. People are commenting, oh, this person's shifted back to the way that they used to be. This person is acting emotionally like they used to be. I'm not saying this is in a negative or a positive way, but for some of you, then the actions that you've taken has kind of like put people off in whatever way that is. So if you've been, acting one way for a while and people are like, yeah, no, I love that. My friends are coming back, my relationships are getting better, my job's being better, but then they revert back to old habits and old ways of being, and it's kind of like put you off a little bit, and so you have to sit back. When it comes to relationships, it looks going back to relationships, it looked like there's a time for self-reflection, passionate wise, it might be one of those ones where you've got a relationship with someone and the sexual chemistry is so hot that even though you're not good for each other, we might just sleep with them anyway because the chemistry's, so hot there. So that's for a small select few of you. During Virtue, messages from the angels, Virgo, are: now, for you to be able to step into the path that you are most passionate about in whatever circumstances that is for you, you have to let go of all feelings to the past. There is no way that you can go into 2023 with the same mindset. You're only going to get the same results. So for you to be able to flourish, to win, to get to that pinnacle, Virgo, you are going to have to bring yourself back. You've been drifting too far out. Bring yourself back, and that will help you to reach that pinnacle next year. But that mindset has to change. You've got yourself into a bit of a routine that hasn't been good for you, a bit of a rain cloud over you. A lot of cards for you, Virgo. Okay, so a loved one is telling you that in your emotional self, or the way that it is that you think, that you have to be very cautious, that you are looking at the whole thing. So what I'm starting, that cycle that I'm finishing, that I'm completing, it's coming to fruition here, a natural end, a natural cycle that is coming to an end, or just starting. You've got to be very careful and cautious about the motives behind it as you're going in, and also what the results will be, what is promised to you. Let's just look at that in a fair and decent manner before we agree to anything. There is a miraculous solution that is going to help you here. Now, if this is about, a family way, because Virgo, when it comes to family life and children, we might find that so if we've got a child that's got some issues going on, or it might be speech or it might be mental, so we've got to get to a specialist about that and find that it might be hereditary, somebody else in the family has got that. But we are starting a new cycle with that as we're starting the new year, and a miraculous situation will appear. Don't worry about your loved ones, specifically children that have passed, are telling you that emotionally, for us to make that decision to move forward, if it's in regards to children, or even your childhood, a miraculous solution there, being cautious before we act. There might be something that, further process, so we've got to look at it now, then we're going to have to check it again later. So it's an ongoing process there for you to be able to get the desired result. As far as your career is concerned, doesn't matter what that career is, we're talking about fundamentals, ambitions there, but now we've got to, follow those ground rules. We've got to have repetition. We've got to have a new mindset. We've got to not just think the way that we want to speak it into fruition as well. So happy thoughts, lots of conversation for, if you're getting counseling, learning extra skills, talking to someone, getting all the information you need to hype you up to be able to move forward. And I feel like that you are able to do that. You are able to get back on track. It's just being back and forth. You don't trust yourself. You're in a bit of a slump. You don't think you're ever going to get out of it, but you are. Now we're moving on to Libra. Libra, there seems to be an expansion here in your home. Now, for some of you, it is about buying a house, renovating a house. For others, this is about joining a family or having children, extending the home, renovating in some way to add into the home. For some of you, you are learning new skills this month to get to that big dream that it is that you have. And you do have home support, so the people that are around you the most, whether it be the people that you work with every day, whether it be a family support system, you do have the support that you need, and you'll be doing some of this training from home remotely in some way. There is a triumphant resolution to your finances there, something that happens at the last minute to be able to save the day. So if we've been financially counting our pennies, there's a deadline approaching, you are going to be able to make that deadline, and you are going to have the money and the finances and support that you need to be able to move forward. We're leaving a tax bracket behind, or leaving dependence behind, leaving behind the reliance that you have on others, and now being more independent and more self-reliant. Whether we're getting into our first job, our salary is going to be higher, so you're able to put everything else behind you, because now you're moving forward with more reliance on yourself financially. There looks to be a big boon here, that what you're starting now is just going to grow. So planting that seed now to get that fruition and that harvest later, starting that cycle right now. And there's a lot of communication out there. You might be promoting yourself. You might be doing, getting out to the community. You might be getting online. Any kind of abilities and skills that you learn this month are really going to pay off later, and any small funds that you put into this. So maybe we're paying for a website, a promoter, taking new photos everywhere on social media, putting in a CV and getting into that second round. And to be able to beat the competition, you need to show them that your value is there, which you will, that you are someone very valuable that they can put money into, or put time and investment into, because you're worth it in the end. When it comes to your family, look, there looks to be a really good... So if you're single, meeting someone who's a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, that feels quite karmic to you, and it's a very relaxed situation, which snowball effects, because this is karmic for you. So this is someone that can be the one that meets you in every way, Libra. Balancing act is the problem here. There's a complication emotionally wise, where someone can feel high and then low, and this is combustive, oil and water not mixing, the wrong word, blow up. When it comes to that, Libra, we have to go back to our roots, our foundations. How did we propel ourselves into the world? And relationship-wise, what did we learn when we were growing up? Our very first relationships, our relationships at school as we were growing up, and our friendships outside of school, our friendships at work, our family relationships. What is it about that which is needs to be unlearned, that needs to have some changes there, which needs to be ended now? So some of you might be getting counselling, some of you might be having conversations with those people to be able to smooth it out. So at the end of the day, you've got three major arcana cards. You've got Judgment, you've got the Empress card, and you've got the Lovers card. You've also got the Eight of Cups, which is about moving away from an employer, moving away from what you're relying on to be able to move forward. Home-wise, we might find that we've been given some money by our family this month, but there might be something attached to that. So I have to stay off the drugs, I have to stay at this job for 6 months, I have to live in this house for a month, but there's something attached to that, having money given to you. And lastly, when it comes to your health, look, someone might be putting money into their physical self for children or parenting. So it doesn't have to be a female, it could be male or a female, where we're putting money into that area. We might be harvesting eggs, we might be looking at numbers, what finances to do with that. So if we're having IVF, or if we're looking at our finances, can we afford children? That conversation will be had this month, Libra. For some of you, we are moving home, and I feel like it's across the ditch, it's across water here, and this is a whole new mindset. We're coming home. Again, the Judgment card says that as well. Singing the trumpets, we are coming home. Libra, you need to think about yourself first, what your long-term dreams are, what you can miss out on now to get to that. You need to be solid. You need to stick and commit to that before you move forward, because you are taking the action to expand on what it is that you have, whether it be family, your job, your dreams, your finances, all of those things. But you can't get there unless you commit to that path and that mindset. And, you might have to pay money to get those new skills, training and abilities, or have to do that to get on that path now. Crystal crystal says you can't see it right now, but over the horizon, I can see what opportunities are there. You can't yet because you're still trudging up, but believe that it is there. Believe that it is worthwhile. Believe that this is going to pay off. That is where you need to be. And Archangel Gabriel is again talking about promoting yourself. Lots of conversation, lots of social media, lots of, you might find that your name is being said in circles a lot this month. You might go viral for something or be headhunted, but your name is coming up. So now we're going to go on to Scorpio. First and foremost, Scorpio, you're looking at your partnerships this month and what you bring to that. So for some of you, it is, is this person good enough for me? First and foremost. Second, how do I feel in a partnership? Do I have insecurities and do I feel like I'm not good enough? And is this a history that I've had that is continuously done throughout my past? Because I'm looking at that and I'm thinking to myself, what is it about me that I can't work in this relationship, or that so it could be something ingrained. I've been raised this way. I'm a people pleaser. I go overboard. I try too hard. I might be passive aggressive because I need to hear these words, so I will be passive aggressive to be able to hear that. So something this month is going to show you that that's not the right route for you, that you need to put that in the past behind you and have a new mindset to be able to be successful in the future. If it's coming to partnerships to do with your work on a new hobby, a new clientele, portfolio, whatever that is, you are partnering up with someone and you guys are on the same page mentally. You're promoting that, getting all the bits and pieces that you need for that, and you've got the final decision is with your boss, but you're going to find that you work together as a really good team. Those of you that are in a relationship with your ex, it looks like we have agreed to go, we've both agreed to this, we've both said yes to this agreement. It's changing the way that we communicate specifically for our children. And this is the best result in what we've been dreaming for. It is about not cutting out the other. Or, for a small select few of you, it has been such a tumultuous cycle that's been going on for a while. And now we can cut that out. And as we're moving forward, it will be a lot more positive because that's now removed. But if it's in the other scale of that, together, what I've aimed for and prayed for and wished for is coming to fruition. We do have the wish card and the happy ever after card in that, with the major arcana card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Swords. So we're starting that new cycle. We do have what we wish for, and any games that we're playing have now been cut off. When it comes to your finances, you are financially, for a small select few of you, the finances have been cut, and so now you need to walk away from that, and you're going to need to be more self-reliant. For some of you, I am no longer reliant on what I have. I'm now going back to work my salary, and it's paying off my debts. You might find that something, a hobby or something you've been working on outside of work or in work, pays off for you this month, and promoting yourself. So you might be paying for, or a hobby turning into an income. Finding that your name is being said in circles that you're not aware of, promoting yourself, so getting a website, getting cards, photos out there, something going viral for you, and it's a dream come true. Now, if you're working in a partnership and they're acting tricky, they're being selfish, you're feeling used, you're feeling like they don't do their part, and you both get the congratulations, but you're doing more than others, you're going to find that whatever circumstances will be happening to be able to sort that situation out for you so that you no longer have to deal with that. Rochelle is saying that for you to be able to make that decision, there is two paths for you to go. One might be an immediate fix, but won't work out for you. So don't take the immediate fix, because that's not going to work for you. The other way to go is to bide your time. Whatever will come up as the solution, because in the long term, you won't have to deal with this again. Bridget says, be cautious, and someone that you love on the other side is saying, just be cautious because it is going to work out for you. It's just that it's a matter of timing. So Karma's saying to you, whatever's happened in the past, you have to take action on that, and you have to, so this might be something that's come up before, back and forth, something you were going to do. You know, I was going to leave my job for my passive income. I was going to get off the social pension or government help and go back to work. I want a partnership up with someone to start passive income for this new hobby or project, and we're really going to promote that right now. But for whatever reason, any of those things, they had to stop. Maybe there was delays or COVID or didn't quite have the funding or it wasn't the right time. That which has been put down is now an opportunity for you to move forward now, because we're redoing that, we're relooking at that. Now you can put all that energy in there for you. When it comes to love, it looks like any rocky situations that have been there, that cloud that's been over your head, there is an abundance of love here, and a recollection as well. So we're, finding out why we loved this person in the first place. Whatever that situation is, reminds you of when you first met, reminds you of what we love each other for. And this is going to boost this relationship and make it more stable. If you are single, this is a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces sign, sun, moon, or rising, who makes you feel amazing after all relationships in the past have not. So this is someone new. This person just makes you feel like you're good enough, like you're being heard, like you are worth it. And the abundance of love and attention being showed to you is making you feel like, yes, this is someone I can commit to. Whereas in the past, I haven't been able to do that. Exes in the past, you might have someone. So for a small select few of you, this is a scenario that I see. I've met someone, it's going really well. My ex pops up, and whether I sleep with them or whether I meet them or whether I talk to them, whichever level that is for you, it stops and reminds you of how toxic or how mentally it makes you feel to be around this person, because it's making you realize that what you have is better than what you used to have. Whereas if it's been a while, you start to forget and can start to romanticize what was before, because those emotions have simmered down, the hurt has simmered down. So you might be romanticizing this person from the past, but regardless of which way it is, seeing this person now and you've already got someone new, you see that you are better off. So Doreen Virtue messages for the angels for you, Scorpio, are, now your health is the ninth house, which is sciatic, liver, hips and thighs. It's also trauma with healing of the mind as well. So, for us to get, you might have been a bit directionless on this, taking your time, very, depressive and anxious. And, it's just been a very heavy year, Scorpio. Finding that you find something that you can sink your teeth into, something very exciting for you. So whether it's a new health hobby, a new sport, joining a new team, whatever it is, the fit is good for you and it's what you wished for. Again, any kind of results, you get the answer that you wished for. Family-wise, we're, a lucky roll of the dice here has saved the day. And, if there's been, someone wouldn't come and help you out, so it's egg in your face, because it worked out anyway, so screw you. And I'll remember who my friends were in the time where I needed people the most, and that showed me and highlighted who was most backing me up and helping you when I needed someone and who wasn't. Because now that I can see that, I'm going to make every future step that I have. I'm not going to hate on anyone, but I know that they're not as secure on our relationship as I thought it was. So who was there when I needed them the most? Those are the people I'll be concentrating moving forward. I'll still have time for those other people, but I know that it's not true. Okay, Zaina, saying that your home is safe. Now, I've got this card quite a few times. So we're worrying about finances. We're worrying about our family. We're worried about our children. We're worried about our home itself. So you might find that you're waiting to hear about, yes, I got the apartment. Yes, I got in. Or if you're renewing that, you're frightened. So you might be doing like, you might be having like a inspection, or they've dropped by. For whatever reason, you're worried that you're not going to be able to continue to live there or continue to have this home, but that's all for now because it's going to be okay. Rochelle says you've got to put yourself first. As you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you now. So if you can bet on you, if you can trust in you, and if you can focus only on what it is that you need, you're going to find that you will get that, and you're going to find you'll get to that pinnacle. And as you were saying, all of that, rising high. So no matter what it is, anyone gossiping, saying it's not going to work out, any boo-hooers out there, rising to the bar, getting what it is, made the impossible happen, and it's a celebration in the end. So now we're going to go on to Sagittarius. Okay, so first and foremost, Sagittarius, it looks like you're starting a new title. So you're focused on how you're seen by everybody else. So whether this be a job, I got a new job, a new title, a new promotion, starting work for the first time for a while, whether it be a brand new relationship or exiting a relationship, so that's a new title there. There does have to be commitment to here because it's your day-to-day activities and your routine. You might be having to commit to a partnership, commit to that contract, that I'm going to be here every day, that I'm going to whatever it is that your schedule day to day has to change with this new title. You have to commit to that because someone is going to be relying on you, whether that be financially or it's actually your job. Practical, tangible steps. So if this is a new relationship, marriage or a new relationship, and it's got anything to do with sharing the details, sharing the load, sharing the responsibilities, you're going to find that you have to commit to it. You've got to stick to it because somebody else is relying on you. When it comes to your health, again, we've got a lucky escape. You've got to commit to it. You've got to put the time in. Whether you feel good about yourself or not, whether you feel like, for some people, I feel like a big fat lump. For others, I'm just useless and worthless. There's no point doing anything with my health because nothing's ever going to change. No, this is it. This is my body. It's always going to look like this. Mental health. I don't see a way out. I don't see light at the end of the tunnel. I don't see any way to get out of this. Well, you have to commit to it, and you'll find that it actually is. For the first time ever, you've won the lotto. You're going to get the results that it is that you want. Some of you are looking out at how you can, we've got the Three of Wands here. So when it comes to your career or your finances, we've got to a certain stage. I've got my experience. I've got my CV. I've got the years behind me. Now, what am I going to do with that? So I might be reconsidering what my financial self looks like. So I might refinancing, changing my career, a small tangent change, or returning to something, staying in something, but it's new for you in some way. You're looking at that and you're saying, well, where can I best put my efforts for maximum income? Do I want to go overseas? Do I want to put some finances and take a year off and go overseas? Do I want to expand and become international? Do I want to move countries completely, or am I considering moving for my employment? So I'm looking at it and I'm looking out. For some of you, you've got so much pressure on you, whether it be financially or whether it be people, so many pressures on you that you just can't see what's in front of you. So it's time for you to just put that down, sit back and have a, big exhale, relief there, and calm your mind, make your mind completely blank. Take some time out, take some time off to be able to think about, okay, what it is that I want. I know other people are relying on me. I know other people have these dreams for me and these ideals about me. But what is it that I want? Because as I'm moving forward, with this new start that I have, this new job, this new health, this new relationship, I've got to commit to that. So I need to be happy. We both need to be happy. Both parties need to be happy. It is complicated sometimes, especially if there's finances. So one's putting in more than the other. Or maybe someone's a silent partner, so they put the finances in and you do all the work. Somewhere here, that commitment, we've got to make sure that there aren't any complications. We've got to find out that we both are happy. Someone might have the idea that they want to go from 1 to 5 immediately, whereas you think it's best to go 1 to 3, sit on 3 for a little bit, 3 to 9. you've got to be on the same page here. You've got to have the same ambition. You've got to have the same ideals for what your outcome is going to be, Sagittarius, because if you don't, you're going to find lots of complications are going to come up. Now, being very passionate about what you're working on, or being very passionate about the people that you love. If it's about what you've done before, a hobby, a sport, or even a project that I'm returning to, you're going to find that you increased your appetite. So whereas before, it was something that was fun, you're going to find this is something that you can really put your energy behind. When it comes to relationships, it's quite karmic for you at this time. So meeting the one for you. Now, this person is attractive. This person's got money. This person can be from a different culture, country, or religion than you, but that doesn't matter, because the gap is going to be closed, because this person is able to make you feel refreshed, make you feel alive, make you feel like you're worth more, opens your eyes to what's out there. Those of you that are already in a relationship, you might be deciding to go to the next level. So we're getting engaged, we're getting married, we're moving in. So whichever way it is for you, we're taking that step. During Virtue, messages from the angels, Sagittarius. Looking at a house, solar plexus, midriff, bowels, colon, intestines, and abdomen, and healing by practical, tangible methods. So, you might be combining methods to be able to get that, and feeling actually quite, if there's anything to do with migraines in the front, you might find that there is something hot, something spicy. It could be saunas, it could be a diet. Sometimes in different cultures they'll mix up a bunch of herbs, so it might be a bit spicy. Whatever it is for you, combining those remedies together is going to give you that fresh life. It's going to be able to take that tension out of your head. So if it's, migraines, seizures, foggy brain, depression, anxiety, whatever it is, what you add to, so a dual effect is going to be able to give you that relief that it is that you want. So a loved one, specifically childhood friend, your own child, childhood sibling, someone that has passed that is young, is telling you that what it is that you asked for is right there within reach. And you need to overcome anything that is subconscious, anything that is keeping you stuck down to the ground. What it is that you fear, you need to forget that. You need to cut that. You need to let that go for you to be able to rise to the top. And you will, regardless of the naysayers around that. This is, becoming number one and everyone gossiping about that, not being happy with that. So you will succeed. Okay, now we're going on to Capricorn. Capricorn, you are looking at endings all of this month. Now, it can be relationships, it can be a job, and it can be your health as well. Finding out secrets from the past as well. This is an ego time as well. So looking at your ego, how it brings you down, how it plays up in your relationships, work, family, or love, friendships. There are secrets coming out. You might find some information which makes a lot of sense with the aha moment that changes what your day-to-day routine looks like. For those of you that are in a relationship, you are combining incomes, combining home. So we're either getting engaged, or we're getting married, or we're making it official, or starting that child family routine, because we do have a fresh start. We are committed to that. And it's about our day-to-day as well. We do have the Fool card, Major Arcana card in this relationship zone, and we do have the options around it. So not just one option, there are plenty of options, but the person that you choose, this is about couples, the person that you choose to commit to, this has got a wonderful future there. It is not something silly or short-term or a lesson. This is someone that's very, very important to you. And he may have a pet as well. There's a more select few of you. Those of you that are single, you're getting back out there. Now, you might be going on some sort of tour, something about, go here, here, and here, and here. So maybe it's a group, a meet-up group, and, we go to different places. But whatever it is, there's people, there's movement, meeting someone there. and getting back out there, meeting lots of people, and this is great for you. Maybe being introduced to someone through these people. Finances, this is about committing to a new role, ending the natural conclusion of what you've been doing before. And there is a Leo here, Sun, Moon, or Rising, that's intertwined in this. And this is a remedy. So look, if you've got a job at work, and they've added an extra person in because it's just escalated or grown to the point where there's enough work for 2 people. So that is going to help out, in a great solution to earn more, to get out to more, and that is coming for you, which emotionally will make you feel better as well. Or, if we've been working with someone, there's been some, stagnant or electricity there, having this conversation, we're both on the same page, we've fixed whatever was wrong, we've decided that we're going to commit to that to be able to move forward. Now, some of you are refinancing. This is an exciting time for you. Now, if you've been thinking about doing it, but you haven't done it, whether anything to do with your finances, or even a project that you're on, if you've been thinking about it and you were going to act on it, but COVID, lockdowns, didn't have the money, didn't have the energy, whatever the reason was that had to put things down, this is the time now for you to get back on that deja vu, to get back on that and push that through now, because this is the best time for that to happen now. You are going to have some luck to be able to get what it is that you've been dreaming for, but you have to commit that. You're going to have to sign something that is legal. Now, for some of you, it could be that intellectual property, for a small select few, an intellectual property has been used by another, you or the other, and so we're talking about court here. And this could be, like I said, there's secrets coming out. You might hear about it and not realize it. Now that you've heard it, now this is going to happen. It's going to move forward. Drawing virtue messages from the angels. With our health, we've got the 7 here, which is ovaries, lower back, kidneys, veins, and buttocks. So you're going to feel some heat and some sharp pains here. It might be something that's happened before that's starting again, or if this is brand new and hasn't happened again, it will reoccur almost immediately. The only way to get through this, I think it's going to have to be taken out in whatever way that is. Might be a small procedure, might be any kind of, I think it's radiation or something that bursts it out, breaks it up so it can come through naturally. But there is something sharp here with that. A specialist has to look into this and get the results before we're able to move forward. Adriana says that to get to the answer, to get to that dream life that you wanted, follow your dreams. Any kind of deja vu, any kind of thinking about something and then it happens, write it down. Follow those clues. It is there. Don't fall down on the path when you're nearly there. Archangel Raphael's there with you on that physical stuff. So whatever comes up with that 7th house, ovaries, lower back, kidneys, veins, and buttocks. So if there's a fright there, if there's heat, it's hot, sharp, tingling, numbness, there is going to have to be action taken on that. And again, we've got a specialist looking into this. So if we're talking about our finances, we've been audited, someone's looked over something, an investigation has happened, and that's what puts us back on our path. Like I was saying before, it might have been complicated, but now we've sorted it out and we're moving forward. Or again, like I was saying before, if there was only you on the roll, or there was only one person on the roll, and it's expanded to the point that people are they've audited it and reassessed it and said yes, now we've got the funds for 2. Okay, now we're on to Aquarius. Aquarius, this is a social time for you. Get out there, get on to the networking, find some love, someone that you could possibly date. Some of you might be introduced to this person at a work event, an end-of-year party. For a small select few of you, you can meet someone through an ex or run into an ex's friend or whatever and strike up, something hot and heavy there as well. To get to your greatest hopes and dreams, get that project off the ground and have that opportunity of some sort of backing. So getting that job, getting that loan, getting any kind of support from others with this. It looks like you need to have a firm plan. You need to have it written down. It has to show every aspect of that. You can't just wing it. You've got to do it properly here. 2 cards when it comes to relationships. Look, we can't move forward if we are not on the same page. We can't move forward if we don't have the same foundations. We can conquer all, but if our very, 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 very predominant part about ourselves is that this is line I'm not going to cross. So we have to be on the same page. This is not going to work, but we have to have that written down, or have to show our cards. We can't just risk it. Show our cards, show our hand to be able to move forward. Pleasant surprise here. Also, unorthodox relationships versus orthodox relationships, that will come up for you as well. Now, this is a Virgo with you, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. In our finances, we are taking hiatus from work. We're taking a break and letting somebody else step up. Some of us may be laid off from work. Some of us may be sick from work or working from home, and it's quite depressing. It's just putting so much pressure on your head there, finances and stuff as well. There's a lot of pressure going up. Things are unsteady and you feel like a failure. You feel like you're procrastinating and you're just not moving forward, but you are. It just takes a change in mindset, a change in, for some of you, it is the area itself. So going back to work rather than just working home again. You need the environmental change. You need the people change for you to be able to get what it is sparked up in you with the passion, for you to be able to get back to your normal self, because you're just not feeling it, Aquarius. Aquarius, some of you are going on holiday and you're going to have a lot of fun, maybe some sex going on. Actually, you might even run into someone. So let's just say you go to a foreign country, and what are the chances, small world, you run into someone that you used to go to school with or used to work with or something like that. Small select few. With your health, we do have the 7, again, ovaries, lower back, kidneys, veins, and buttocks. Okay, so if there's an issue here, what we have been procrastinating about, we're finally putting that into action, finally getting that done. Whether we didn't have the finances before, maybe we were just having a really hard year. Getting those goals done, boom, boom, boom. So you've been all year, I can say for myself, all year it's been difficult, but I had my goals that I wanted to achieve, and I achieved all of those goals in 3.5 months. Not the 12 months, took 12 months to get there, but the 3 months I got the whole lot resolved. So that's the same with you. So it's been a slow year, slow but fast year. You're able to catch up and get onto that plane, get all your goals done before the end of the year, or the end of January at the very least. When it comes to your family, it looks like there's been a lot of pressure being put on the hierarchy of the family, whether it be the children acting out, finding out some secrets about this. So if we've got children, so children acting out at the hierarchy, secrets coming out that bring up a past experience to the future, up to now, and resolving that. Fun times, getting out with friends, enjoying yourself, because at this cycle we're wrapping up our dependence on others, and we're moving forward with a new salary, moving forward reliant on myself. During Virtue, messages from the angels, Aquarius, is I just had a lot of cards for Virgo, I think it is. So in our marital partnerships, there is going to be a negotiation. We are going to be able to sort this out. Leading you to the dreams that you wanted, you just have to be patient. Again, any physical self, we're healing, we're starting a new routine, we're putting things in, putting money in. We're actually, for the first time in your life, sticking to it. There's going to be some accountants looking over details, or doctors looking over details. Somebody is looking over the research, looking over the details to be able to come up with a conclusion for you. Be careful not to cut any, you can't cut any corners to get the results that you want. You absolutely have to go through the process, regardless, whether it be your health, your life, your finances, your job, your family. You have to stay the course. Bethany says, look, you are working hard to spoil yourself. Give yourself something that you deserve. And Archangel Indriel says that you are going to be the savior this month for someone. The small words that you say, a conversation, a like, a message, is really going to touch someone's heart and soul this month, because I really need to hear that. Okay, we're going on to lucky last, Pisces. Pisces, you are ambitious this month. Leading into the new year, you are ambitious this month, and you are going to have the opportunity for those long-term dreams, whether it be travel to get you there, whether it be someone's expanding, or you're expanding, or someone's expanding and bringing you on. Whatever it is, you're going to be on everyone's lips. Your name is going to be on everyone's lips. People are going to be talking about you. You're going to be reaching a lot more people, so you might go viral. This is also about psychological and philosophical, religious and cultural ideals that we have, how we've grown up with those learned experiences and what we need to change to be able to get that success, to be able to move forward. You might find a trip or a holiday brings about a new calm, brings about a new psychological equilibrium, which sets you on this new path. Now, as far as the family goes, we could be going away, we're starting a new journey, we're moving, any of those things. When it comes to your health, we're spending money to look good, by bringing up a change, whether it be a new wardrobe, whether it be a new hairstyle. We're putting money in there and creating options for ourselves. So maybe we're getting more than one or two, maybe whatever the alternative is, whatever it is that we're paying for, we might be doing more than one. When it comes to our love, it looks like some of us are reconnecting with an ex in our life, and oh my goodness, it's going to be hot, passionate and heavy. Look, I don't know, I feel like this is hit or miss. So some of you are going to go, it was fate, it was karma, we're back together. You know, and for those people, something's been going on for a few years, at least 2. This is fate, this is karma, we're back together, we had to have our break, now we're back together, everything's wonderful, let's move forward. And for others, this is, it came in, very hot, very heavy, very passionate, gone. Okay, when it comes to finances, we might be finally getting that loan, getting that backing, getting that sponsorship, getting the finances, finding the finances, getting paid back. Whatever it is, you're going to have that finances to be able to expand, to be able to pay for treatment, whatever that is. With your ambition, especially to do with your home, you might have decided to refinance, buy a home, refinance, move out of home, put money into your home. Now, there might be a party at home as well that strikes up the conversation about expansion, about orthodox versus unorthodox, which adds and expands on what it is that you already have. During virtue messages from the angels, Pisces. Psychological shift, whether you're seeing a counselor, psychiatrist, whether you join a group, change your health routine, something here, the mindset's going to be really light as we're going into 2023, not as heavy as it's been all year. For some of you, it's the expanding belly. We've got children coming up. A surprise or not, children coming ahead. Archangel Raphael's helping us with our physical stuff. So you might be having an operation this month, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You might be starting a new physio, your new Pilates class, a new CrossFit, joining a new gym. Whatever it is that's new is going to help mentally and physically. So any physical things this month is going to start and resolve as we're moving forward. It's really... So you might have like one treatment of acupuncture and think, it's made such a difference, I'm going to do this once a month. You might have a infusion and think, wow, that gave me so much energy, I'm going to make sure that that's regular. Maya says that there's some sort of specialist. We're looking over the numbers, we're looking over the research, we're looking over the details, we're looking over a period of something to be able to move forward. Don't cut corners. If you cut corners, you're not going to get the results. Might be easy right now. You've got to stay the course to be true. And you have a victory as well. So everything works out the way that it needs to. Okay, that is your December forecast leading into about March of next year. Happy Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. Stay safe. Love your families. Love your friends. And thank you for all of 2022 being patient and supporting my channel. Much love to you. Hopefully... my health can improve so that I can be doing this every month for you. So lots of love. Enjoy your holidays. Mwah.